Many adults with learning disabilities can't feed or dress themselves, and more distressingly for their families, can't speak up when things go wrong. And we've heard things have been going wrong in Somerset. They're some of the most vulnerable people in our society. Somerset County Council has handed the care of more than 900 adults with learning disabilities to a company called Discovery. But are those people being kept safe?
That was probably the thing that worried me more than anything, was the fact that he'd been allowed to escape.
And are they delivering what they promised?
Taxpayers who are actually forking out money at the moment for any type of care that is under the Discovery umbrella. They're being robbed. Are you performing for the camera?
Performing?
Oh, I think you are.
Marcus Moore is 25 and severely autistic.
What are we going to buy?
We're going to buy some eggs.
Chocolate eggs.
Today he's visiting his mum and dad, Sarah and David. 6 years ago he went to live in a home run by the council.
They were absolutely phenomenal. All the staff loved him, he loved all the staff.
But nearly 2 years ago, Discovery took over the service.
We were reassured by them that everything was going to be wonderful. And in that time, they managed to lose every single member of staff. Gone. It's just got worse and worse, generally falling apart. Come on then. And then the day that David turned up to bring him home for a weekend, and he wasn't there.
No one had told them he'd been rushed to A&E.
12.7, we need some insulin.
Marcus is diabetic and was taken ill at the end of last year with a serious condition caused by a lack of insulin.
You ready? It can actually cause the shutdown of vital organs, and it can actually cause death. What caused him to be in hospital, we don't know. Could be that somebody had forgotten to give him his insulin, but we don't know that, so.
But the fact that they'd completely failed to contact us all day was enough for us to raise a safeguarding issue and to remove him completely from their care, because we were...
It's not safe. All the staff that were there were either agency or people that had just come in. They didn't know him.
Yeah.
And you need to be able to read the signals.
It's a good man. These are vulnerable people who haven't necessarily got parents that are fighting for them or worried about them, or people that even care about them.
Sorry. Just scares Jesus out of me, quite frankly.
The Moores are just one of numerous families who've told us that the service has deteriorated since Discovery took over. Their concerns are echoed by the many staff members we've spoken to, who say long-serving, experienced people have left because of new terms and conditions that Discovery brought in. And they told us new staff often don't have enough supervision, and this puts the people they care for in danger. Discovery says that after a restructure completed in November, they're working hard to redress the temporary reliance on agency staff, and that in recent months they have made offers of employment to 93 people. Hi, Stephen. You okay? I'll give you a hand.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Pat Durbin's son Stephen is 45 and has a rare condition called Angelman syndrome.
Yes, I think he wants to go in here.
Oh, you want to come in here? All right.
He can't talk, he can't dress himself, he can't take himself to the toilet. He can feed himself if you cut it up first. But, I mean, he's interested in life. He loves people.
Wait, he loves the swing.
I've got absolutely nothing against the individual staff. They're lovely, they're very committed, but they are inexperienced. Most of them are very young, and they just haven't got the knowledge of what these guys need yet.
Pat was told in November that Stephen had got into a bath that he'd filled, unsupervised.
It could have been boiling hot water, it could have been freezing cold water. He's not that steady on his feet. He could have slipped and he got in and knocked himself out, anything like that. And for him to be able to do something like that and them not be aware until after the event, again, that's very worrying. He's escaped before. Now, he has absolutely no road sense whatsoever. He actually walked out of the home, was trying to get on one of the buses because he wanted to go out somewhere. That is terrifying. You know, as a mother, he could have wandered off anywhere.
Do you trust Discovery?
Not at the moment, no. I'm afraid any trust I have with them has completely gone.
Discovery told us,
"We take the safety of all those in our care extremely seriously, and any issues raised with us are immediately and robustly investigated. We have made some big changes to the way support in Somerset is run. We're now focused on building on this change and providing a high standard of support for all those who rely on us."
The council told families that it was handing the service to Discovery to modernise and improve it, not cut costs. On their website, Discovery says it wants to help people be independent and get them out of institutions and into the community. But are they really delivering that?
No, not in my opinion, definitely not. Should we get your shirt socks on? Well done, you're having a go. He's not a cabbage, he enjoys people's company, he loves going out, he likes going to the park, he loves steam trains, but unfortunately they're definitely not going out as much as they used to.
So what does he do?
Watch the telly, wander around. That's it, really. Stephen, just a minute. Just sit down for a minute. Have a cuddle. Have a cuddle. That's it.
Oh,
have a cuddle.
There you go.
Lovely.
Discovery was paid £37 million last year by Somerset County Council. At the end of the year, they had £1.25 million left over, even though some families say they didn't receive the care they needed. Discovery, a registered charity, says that half of this money is held as a reserve to ensure long-term stability, and the rest is reinvested into learning disability support in Somerset. We asked the council 2 months ago for more details about whether Discovery is providing value for money for taxpayers, but they still haven't responded to our Freedom of Information request. Meanwhile, these families are unsure what to do about the future care of their loved ones.
I'm not getting any younger, my health isn't wonderful, and I'm worried that if anything happens to me, what's going to happen to him?
If at the end of the day one of us had to give up work and be a full-time carer, one of us will give up work and be a full-time carer. That's it, full stop. He will not go back to Discovery. They will not be caring for him. No way.
A massive thank you to those families for sharing their stories with us. Well, I'd love to hear about your experience of Discovery. You can drop me an email at seb@bbc.co.uk or find us on Facebook and Twitter.